TechTalk today. Today we will have a collaboration with the Vietnamese Tech Community, and I'm happy to be a host for today. Thank you for joining. And let me introduce myself first. So my name is Hai. Currently I'm working in Volt as a software engineer. I have joined this company for 1 year and a half. Still trying to get along with the work. But and today I think we will have two talks. First is from Bing, who is working as the product lead in EWQ. And then we would have a talk about prompt engineering from Duke, who is the CTO of Mirror AI. And we also have food and drinks in the right side, and I will prepare the food in the meantime for the left side. So please do enjoy in the evening. Yeah, and because the events has some security rules, so all of the participants should be only inside this second floor, and there are some exits doors from your right side and the left side also. Just in case. And we will and the events will be end at 8 o'clock. So that's the agenda for today. If you have any questions or anything to ask, I'm here to help you.
I have a question.
Yes.
So do you have any openings, like job openings?
That could be my next slide. Stay tuned. Yeah. So for everyone that doesn't know Volt already before, so we are a food delivery company, and now it's more than food delivery. We deliver a lot of things. For example, your medicines or your purchases in Vertical Copa. So we are trying to expand a lot of products that we can deliver for yours. And currently now we have expand the company into different countries, and for now I think the number is not updated, but I think it's more than 28 countries for now. And then we have already, I think it's 60 million registered users, because we have already acquired a new company called TAS in Romania. So I think those numbers are not up to date, but you can see that we are trying to expand our areas in different places. And of course, as I said, we are based. The base service that we provide is food delivery, and we also have some retail service where you can order your products in different other provider, like Vertical Copa, for example. And we also have some support for restaurants or the merchants to integrate our system into their own. And also we have Volt Market, which is opposite to this office. So if you haven't know that, so just for your information. And then we also provide some apps that people can use. So the customer app, I think most of us are using that one for ordering the food. You also have career app. If anyone here have experience on doing career in Volt, so maybe you would know that one. And also we have merchant app for restaurant to handling the order. And in Volt, we have a lot of positions. And to answer your previous question, we have engineering, track. We have designer, we have like data tracks with data analysis, data scientist, data engineer, like what I am doing. And also we have product leads programs. Yeah, I think we can go to the talk. But first thing, I think we have a like stand-up roasting show from Sang. So to warm up a bit before we come into the talk, so please welcome Sang.
Okay, I'm so nervous. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say thanks to the organizer behind the Vietnamese Tech Community. Yes, please don't point it out. Thanks, Vaughn, and please have a big round of applause for people behind everything. Thank you. And how can I say? Recently, I have problem with depression. So I'm going to talk with the one that everybody nowadays try to do when we have mental health issue, right? I forgot that name. Yeah, ChatGPT. I asked it and it say I have two options. First, maybe do therapy. You know that thing, right? We throw money into doctors so they can live their luxury life. I don't have money, so I chose the second option. They say ChatGPT try stand-up comedian. And I think I read it, I misunderstood. Maybe it just try to suggest me to watch some comedian, not become one. But I remember there was one saying, again I forgot the name, who said that. But if there's something that scares you and excites you at the same time, that is your gut feeling that tells you, go for it. So here I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, I don't have slide. You should thank me for that. Do you want to have a very small game before another boring slide?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I need something like 5 people. 1, please. 2, please come here. 3,
Oh yeah.
this 4.
This guy wants.
Over here.
Okay,
This guy wants.
5. Okay, enough. Right. 6 is okay. I think it's enough space. Yeah. Okay. So it's very simple and easy. Don't be nervous because that's the job I'm doing. I'm nervous. Let's thinking carefully and don't discuss with each other. Okay, is the rule. Don't discuss. Think about your most embarrassing, the most shameful bug that you ever deliver to production.
Oh yeah.
Bug.
No.
And sure, by thinking this is the least shame, here will be the most shameful, okay? And you self-organizing by yourself, but don't talking about the bug, just talking about the programming language you were using. It's like, I will do an example. I use TypeScript and we move here, right? Just like that, and you're talking. Try to do it now.
Hell yeah. You first, huh?
Not just organizing. This is the least shameful.
What if you're not a programmer?
Then your mistake.
What?
Then thinking about your mistake.
Mistake.
Yeah, at work.
work. Okay.
Okay. Try to organize. Don't fight. Just GPT.
What about the list?
He chose that
I
position.
think I don't have chat first. I think I was like somewhere here.
But we were talking about the bug, no, right?
No talking about
So
No.
just the.
You will talking about
No
what?
way.
Okay. The nightmare here. Let's talking about your bug.
So the funny thing is that it was before I was a programmer. It's not actually a bug, but do I get to yeah. Do I just describe it, or do I just share the story?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay, so it was back when I was in marketing. I was responsible for sending emails to customer. And this one time, we were supposed to send like a promotion email to our sort of like VIP or tier 1, top tier customers. It was something like, I work in a SaaS company, so it's a monthly subscriptions. It was to offer like 1 month for free, and then I made a typo and I turned that into 1 year instead. So later on, I talked to managers and I had to send out an email again saying sorry, it's only 1 month, it's not 1 year.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. And what's your name, please?
Big.
Okay, nice to meet you. Thank you very much. How about you?
Hi. I don't think mine is that embarrassing, but I was playing live like at a gig because I play guitar and I make music. And halfway through the show, I realized my fly was down. And I was like, oh, and I was standing like right at the front of the stage. But later, like nobody noticed, so it was not that embarrassing.
Are you sure?
Okay, please continue.
All right. On my side, it wasn't really at work. It was mainly like some kind of personal gig with AI and specifically with N8N. And I was tasked to make some kind of an N8N program to scrape LinkedIn profiles. So to find LinkedIn profiles and just find potential candidates for any business. And I thought I was a genius by creating it, as it gave me many results that were really consistent and everything, until I realized from the Excel table where everything was stored and from the links that it gave me that every time I opened the LinkedIn profile link, it gave me an error 404. So this is non-existent. And I very quickly just realized I was not a genius at all. I was just dumb, let's just say that. But the good ending still is that I managed to fix it in the end. So that's good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so my mistakes were not that. I mean, it's not mistakes. It's more of a beginner kind of mistakes. I was working as an intern in this gaming company where we use AI to create asset for a game, and the stuff I created was so hideous that they didn't use any of it.
What's that?
It's some characters for a solely tagging. We ended up using things from the market instead of what I created. Like they used none of it. Yeah, it was sad. I was heartbroken.
Okay, thank you.
All right. My story was years ago when I started working as a programmer. I changed 1 line of code and thousands of data records change on the productions. It's like so crazy. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm the last one here, just because I thought maybe mine is a little bit bad because it deals with the whole life. It's been only 1 year that I shifted here to IT with all of you guys, just like you guys are doing it. Before I was just an accounting guy, a finance guy. I was studying at Haga Hilya. So when I was thinking about this program or this application as a bug, I was thinking there is maybe some kind of cockroach or real bugs moving around the computer, and the programmers are trying to find out or use some kind of liquid to just kill them. So I thought maybe I should just change and move to IT just to get a hint of what the guys are doing. So I changed to IT, and I thought maybe ChatGPT will help me with my assignments and coding. And it's been now 1 year that I'm still stuck with Java, and the whole life is like a mess. So every day I'm going to the library, and I think it's a very shameful thing to rely on ChatGPT for writing your codes now as a 1-year programmer. So maybe my place was here at the last, because like I just trusted ChatGPT with writing my codes. So that's why I just told Duke, like, let me be here. This is my site here. So,
Okay, I will join you.
yeah.
Because I use it every day. Hey everybody, thank you very much. Please. So yeah, thanks again, thanks the organizer for everything that turned just an idea into a real audience, where we have a chance to talk, share the story, and most importantly, we have something free to eat and drink today. So enjoy. Thank you very much.
Has a background for AI chip. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, like that's cool. People, you know, you can play solitaire, right? With a background.
Okay, so
Shit application.
we have pretty very talented people here. I've known him like from the first TechTalk, and he's working a lot on the AI stuff, the cool stuff in the planet, the coolest one. So and then the coolest team too. So I met the teams, and they are really talented. So I think this talk today was about will be about prompt engineering, context engineering, what to call it. But yeah, here's Luke from Mure AI.
Hey guys, let me set up a little bit.
All right, hi guys. Really nice to meet you here. So many people. I really grateful for you guys coming here today to listen to the talk. I appreciate it, and I have to thank to the host of this event. Thank you for having this wonderful TechTalk. Yeah, really appreciate that. So my name is Duc. Well, I am the co-founder of the business called Mure AI. We are selling automations. So with humble beginning, we try our best to reach the market and try our best to make it. All right. All right. Today I'm going to talk about prompt engineering. So what is prompt engineering anyway? Do you guys know about system prompts? Who don't know about system prompts? Raise your hand up. You don't know about system prompt? You don't know? Okay. So let's talk about system prompt a little bit. System prompt is a hidden message, a hidden instruction that you give to an AI before the conversation starts. So every instruction laid out is going to follow the instruction and give you the answer that you like. Oh no.
Okay.
Hold on, we're going to set up a little bit.
Hardest part in the day is not coding, but like how to share the screen.
Does it work?
Okay, so here, any one of you guys heard about prompt engineering? Like any, like, so let's test a bit. So what is actually prompt engineering then? Like, who can say about it? So Andre, I'm gonna pick you.
Sorry.
You have like
yeah,
loud voice.
Of course. All right. Okay, prompt engineering. From personal experience on prompt engineering, that's like how you communicate your requests to the AI. So I guess it involves structure, involves the right words, and overall the right language with which it will just best understand your request and its detail, I guess.
You are an expert financial advisor. Tell me how to make $1 million.
Exactly, yes. That's role prompting, I guess. That's how we call it. So you give a role to the AI, you tell to it that it is this, and it needs to act like this person, like a financial specialist, as you just gave to me.
Okay.
For example.
So how you plan your prompt?
Well, first of all, of course, I give to it a role. Then I present my problem to it. My problem, like that I'm struggling on N8N for with a certain node, and then I give to it how my node is structured, and then I ask what my outcome should be. I tell to it what I want as an outcome.
Yeah.
For example, that's how I do at least.
Let's ask Duke then.
Well,
I mean,
the
like,
expert can tell us.
he's a guy. I mean, like, I'm just here asking you.
Well, thank you.
All right.
All right. Have you guys ever heard about Replit, Cursor, Windsurf? So they have the best AI that can create code, right? Have you guys ever heard about Cluely, the latest startup that raised $50 million? It's crazy, right? But what if I say they don't have the best algorithm, they don't have the best infrastructure, but what they have, the ability is the ability to talk with AI. Right, so today I'm going to give you two friends, prompt engineering and context engineering. That's going to make you profit. So how can prompt engineering and context engineering so profitable? Because it's cheap, right? When we have a base model, we prompt a little bit, and we have a business coach, a AI coder, so on and so forth, right? It's cheap. We can create generative AI app, like really smart applications with that. And most of all, it's robust, it's smart, and it's really insightful. So before talking about anything, I'm gonna give you how we developers create generative AI applications. So we have the system prompt, right? So it's the instructions. And then we have code provided by the AI providers like OpenAI or DeepSeek or Gemini. So if we combine the two, we have the generative AI applications. And of course, we want our app to be robust, smart, and insightful, right? But the thing is, we don't utilize it as much because I'm going to tell this story. Sometimes the AI is going to give you a really general answer to be useful. Sometimes it's going to give you a really, how can I say, cliche, or sometimes it's the output, the format output is wrong, and sometimes it's missing the whole point, right? So yeah, let me tell you a story about the app that I'm currently doing. So this is an app called an AI keyword generating. So if I want to learn about SaaS entrepreneurship, right? If I click on it and click generate keywords, so my AI is gonna generate 3 keywords. So there are so many things that I don't know. So I'll make the AI generate the keyword for me so that I can learn it. So if I click on, let's say, this keyword I don't know, and then it's gonna generate me some reports, some research about that keyword. So that's the intention, the first intention, that I want this to function. But it doesn't work because the app feels really weak. The second app, this app is an AI that can generate another AI agent, right? So this is a prompt that I wrote like months ago. See that? I just spam everything in there. Like, I just spam everything with my friend, ChatGPT and Claude. See that? I spam every rule, every output rules, like just spam in there. I call it vibe prompting or spaghetti prompting. So yeah, again, the app felt really weak. Sometimes it gives me a wrong answer. So this app I integrated with, it's called human in the loop, right? When I say create me this AI agent, so it's gonna give me 2 buttons, approve or reject, so that I can approve the request or reject the request, so on and so forth. But again, the app feels really quick. I failed miserably. And my faith for AI was fading really fast. So down that path, I was really demotivated. And then I found some treasure. I picked up some LLM books and started to read about it. And LLM. Turns out LLM are just text completion engines. Remember that. Text completion engines. So it cannot understand you. So if you say, oh, my ex just break up with me, I'm so sad. And then the AI said, okay, I'm totally understand you. No, it did not. It did not understand you at all. So what did it do? What does it do? It's pattern matching. So it matching every pattern, every given patterns that it trained, right? So the AI have been trained with millions and billions of data sets. So yeah, it's pattern matching. It's complete words. So if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, it's gonna give you 5, 6, 7, and 8 based on the data it's trained. And yeah, so with billions of possibilities, billions of trained data sets, if you write me a paragraph, it's gonna generate a really general paragraph. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. It's like give 10 numbers, guess 1 numbers, like something like that. But yeah, back to the story. I failed miserably when I create those two applications. But what we should do is to provide more context to the prompts that we are writing, more context to the prompts. So the more detailed the context is, the better it gets. So remember this, please remember this. The more detailed the context is, the better it gets. So if you just take this phrase, going home, then you will become a better prompt writer. So yeah, I created the app, 2 apps, right? And I was like, I'm thinking, so I was a really bad instructor. I was a really bad teacher. So that insight forced me to become a better instructor, right? The AI is just a text completer. So I have to become a better teacher by get better at prompting, by using the prompting techniques. So today I'm gonna give you some prompting techniques that you can use to have better results. So here are 19 prompting techniques. There are two pages, right? There are two pages. But the idea is you use prompting techniques to narrow down the scope so that the AI can get better. So a lot of words, right? But don't read the words. Please don't read text. Right here I have colored all the prompting technique families for you. So, like that. It's like Pokemon family, it's Pokemon types, right? There are fire Pokemon, water Pokemon, some vegetable Pokemon, so on and so forth. So this is the same, goes for prompting techniques. And yeah, we're gonna dive right into some examples and see what it does. Okay, the first one is role prompting. This is really popular for everybody to know, right? Act as a somebody, act as a Will Smith, act as a programmer, so on and so forth. The idea is to narrow down the scope. So yeah, let's dive into the prompts. So if you guys want to actually experiment the prompts, you guys can scan this code. But right here, I'm just gonna do it for you anyway. So the first, role prompting. Act as programmer. What is project management? So if I remove this one, what is project management? So it's gonna give you a really general answer. But if I give act as a programmer, it's gonna give you the answer related to programming, Agile, Scrum, so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one, some shots prompting. Short here is a fancy word for examples. So basically, you give some examples for the AI so that it knows the patterns. So here is the prompt. Sorry. Generate me 5 mock users. So I gave it one example here. So it's called one-shot prompting. If I click enter, it's gonna give me 5 of them based on the examples I give. Pretty easy and pretty straightforward, right? There's no rocket science there. And next one, chain of thoughts. Not my cup of tea, but it's popular. Basically, you give it an outlined and structure so that the LLM can generate. For example, is drinking cow milk healthy? Apply 6 Sigma and things step by step. So these prompts give the AI a framework to generate. Okay, thinking a lot of a better answer. Yeah.
GPT-5.
Yeah, GPT-5.
Too bad.
Oh, yeah, great.
You broke it, man.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So it get the outline and then give me the answer based on the outline that given. So yeah, moving on.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Yo.
Your previous. Okay. So you mentioned that the method you just mentioned is kind of providing the format for that the ChatGPT could generate for you, but right? But the previous one it also do require the ChatGPT to generate some kind of mock user based on the predefined
examples.
Right. Yeah. So I believe that those are pretty the same.
They're pretty the same. So one is you give examples, and one is you give an outline, like thinking steps. So it's called train of thoughts, right? Step by step.
But inside this example, it also contains the format of the answers, right? So basically, you are giving the format of the answer for the ChatGPT to generate for you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you just tell ChatGPT to generate 5 mock users in JSON, doesn't necessarily do it the way you want it to. If you don't provide the exact example. For example, how does it you have to specify the user address, user movies.
But usually we use a few short prompting when we developing applications. Yeah. So if we want this kind of data returned, so we ask the AI to give me something like this.
Yeah, because you are opening the ChatGPT, can you time this prompt that generate 5 mock user without specifying the format of the user? So
actually, it's a different result because if you are not like specify the format, it's gonna generate different
definitely,
results.
yeah.
For example, if you want to get the email, for example, in this one, it's a totally different format. It's gonna give you the email, age, country, WhatsApp, that here, but we don't really need that. We need different formats. For example, we need the name or the country as well. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally different. Another story.
All right. Thank you for questions. Thank you. Moving on is format prompting. So using 3 ticks or XML and specify output formats. So this is actually my cup of tea because it helps the prompt to become readable for both human and for the LLMs. So using 3 ticks for code or for anything we want. Yeah. But let's dive into the examples. So right here I segment the prompts, right? So this part is questions. I can see that really clearly. This part is for output formats. And so this is the requirements, and this is the examples. You can put any examples that you want by adding like that. And yeah, JSON only. So it's give the JSON only. So that's the power of it. I really love this one. And yeah, it does give the consistency, but it's just, I can say 90%. It's not 100%. But if you guys want to build some applications that actually give output the JSON like that, you should use some other providers like Gemini's SDK or OpenAI SDK. They have some JSON schema that validate the JSON output by the LLM. So it's really a reliance. All right, moving on. Prompt chaining. Again, not my cup of tea, but very popular. So the basic thing of this is that if you have 3 prompts in one go, so the output of the first prompt will be the input of the second prompt, and the input of the second prompt will be the output of the second prompt will be the input of the third prompt. So let's dive into the prompt examples. So generate high demand LLM app ideas. So it's going to generate the ideas, right? And then it gives the second one the idea. The second one will critique the ideas. And after critique the ideas, write the ideas based on that critique. So let's see what they have. Oh yeah, contracts, auditor, this medical scribe, and then is critique the ideas, and then yeah, prompt chaining. All right, legal AI, yeah, sound promising. Data-driven Peach, Copilot, that's really good. All right, moving on to the last one. This is my favorite. React, Retrieve RAG. So this family is called grounding knowledge prompting with grounding knowledge. So you give the LLM more knowledge. So you can paste documents in, you can ask the AI to search the web, so on and so forth. And yeah, just to give it more knowledge so that it can give you the answer. Let's dive into the prompt examples. So here is the questions. So like years ago, about 2 years ago, OpenAI doesn't have the, what's that called? The search web functionalities. So the data is limited until 2023. So you cannot ask the current status right now. So if I say, what is the population of hippo in 2025, it cannot answer. But right now, with the search functionalities, yes, it can answer. And down here, I give it some knowledge about hippos. And of course, it's gonna give me the right knowledge, the right data, decrease the hallucinations rates. Yep. So usually we use this prompting technique for applications with code. So that's everything. Of course, there will be more on the internet, but these are the most popular that I think is really beneficial for you guys. You guys can go home and see this more. I just give a really brief introduction. And yeah, trying to use a couple of techniques at one time and see the result that you get. And the result, yes, the result before, this is before, but sorry because the image a little bit blurry, but I made this like months ago. I shared it to my friends on Messenger and then delete the image, and I don't have the image anymore, so I downloaded it from Messenger. So here's a result before SaaS market trends. So it gives me AI integration, all right, cloud adoption rates, subscription pricing model. It's like years ago. I don't want this. I don't want something trendy, more insightful. So here is after I applying some prompting techniques. Okay, SaaS market trends, AI-powered SaaS automation. Oh yeah, automation really trendy right now, right? Usage-based pricing model. Oh yeah, vertical SaaS solutions. I don't know what that is, but definitely I will learn that. But yeah, really insightful, really, yeah, I'm really proud of that. And this is the prompts I wrote. It have all the segments, instruction, task, the output format, and the guidance. Like, it's really readable. And it's also readable for the LLM also. And the research and the report it gives me, really, really good. I love it. And last thing I want to talk to you guys about prompt engineering. You please treat your prompts as code. Do versioning for the prompts. So the first, I know people that they create a table. There are two columns. The first one is a prompt, right? The second one is the result of the prompts. And they do versioning. First prompt, the result. Second prompt, the results. And they pick the prompts that have the most value. So yeah, improve the prompts, treat it as code, and you're gonna have a really profitable prompts. And recap. So just two things I need you guys to remember. LLM is just a text guesser, a pattern matcher. The more specific on your prompt, the better it gets. And second, polish and improve your prompts, and of course your prompting skills. Thank you. Oh, there's more. There's more. So next talk, I will talking about context engineering, how we how we compose the prompts. Like, this is the prompt structure, how to manage the prompt structure, so on and so forth. Yeah, how to optimize the prompts. Yep, so that's for the next section. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. You can have any questions.
Yes, sorry to ask you again, because after your presentation, just very awesome presentation,
Thank you.
think that your company business is built entirely upon prompting and fitting into the LLM, right? So
Yeah.
my question is, we all know that the popular problem with LLM is hallucination. So
Yeah.
how would you solve that with your LLM business?
So there are some techniques that I'm gonna help to reduce hallucination. Of course, we have to use prompting techniques, right? By chain of thoughts, giving some grounding knowledge, so on and so forth. Yeah, sure, we have to use prompting techniques to reduce hallucinations, but there's also one provider that's gonna evaluate the output of the prompt of the LLM. There are some providers, I don't remember, but there are some providers that evaluate the output. So we can integrate those providers to the code to actually evaluate it.
So the evaluation will be done automatically or done manually by
Some code, by code, yeah.
Actually, it can be done automatically. And if you want to try it out, you can use the Google evaluation services, which is a Gen AI evaluation model. And today I just have some kind of 1 hour discussion with Google architecture and so on as well, how we use the evaluation in the real AI application. And actually you can use that one, but be careful about costs. This will cost you a lot. Yeah, anyway, you can combine. For example, if you're giving some kind of output of the model, and then you're going to use the evaluation model to evaluate it again. And it depends on you. Usually, you're going to use some kind of supervised learning method for that one. You're going to give some kind of person, for example, and you're going to give it some kind of equated answer, and you can just fit into that the model and what a service, and it's going to help you to evaluate the new result, for example. But sometimes you want to fine-tune your model, and you want to test again after fine-tuning, and that's exactly what you're looking for.
Fine-tuning, yeah.
By the way, is it possible if I want to share more, because of, in this question, how to reduce the hallucination?
Yeah.
And because of I also have some kind of experience in this one, I can share some kind of insight about this.
That would be
if you
great.
don't mind.
Yeah, no, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, for improve this one to reduce the hallucination. Yeah, thank you.
And to reduce some kind of hallucination when you are prompting, there is one really good practice that I apply every day. That is apply your business mindset into the prompting. Why business mindset? Because when you have some kind of business mindset, you're gonna organizing the things from the top level. For example, before you are prompting, you're gonna organizing everything first, and you make some kind of plan. You're gonna write out your plan, and then you're gonna go one by one, and you're gonna tell the how can I say, the AI that you have to follow your plan, and then mark it down, mark it done after you finish something. And by providing that kind of technique, and you can able to reduce a lot of hallucination from the AI. And usually, before creating some kind of application by AI or by coding as mentioned, I usually make the business idea first, turn from the business idea to business model, and from business model, I gotta discuss with AIs about some kind of technical, what kind of tech stack you're gonna use, and we're gonna prompt more about the tech stack and why you're gonna use that one, and you mark everything in a file, and what file I'm using. I'm not using the XML like this one, I gotta use the Markdown, because most AI is work very well with the Markdown one, and that's the reason why I'm using a Markdown. I have a lot of different Markdown files, and I'm gonna put this in the docs directory. In the docs directory, I organize everything. For example, you have a tech stack. The tech stack, you have diagram of your application. You're gonna have some kind of backend. You can have a front end, And from front end, what kind of technique you're gonna use, what kind of library you're gonna use, but before that, you're gonna prompt it first to make sure that everything is clear. And as he mentioned, the more clear is more better. And after you make everything clear, you're gonna start prompting. And you're gonna make sure that the AI is following all the instruction. All the instruction here is also what you discuss with the AI. And in that case, you can reduce a lot of hallucination. And another one, maybe not many people know, that is when you're working with some kind of model, you can integrate more with the MCPs or the AI agent. For example, if you add more like a sub-agent, for example, if you are working with, how can I say, the cloud code, you can add as much as possible sub-agent. You can able to improve the quality of AI, or you can add more the MCP. Firstly, if you add more MCP or agent, you can reduce the cost of the prompting. Or secondly, you can maybe utilize some kind of the logical one. For example, if you're only using the AI, it can be like a generate very general. But if you are using the MCP or some kind of agent, it's gonna get data directly and it's the accuracy one, and you can reduce the hallucination in this case. And the last one, if you're working with some kind of AI model, you make sure that there are some kind of option like a temperature. You're gonna work with that and you're gonna test out the temperature like a value. For example, you're gonna set it 0.5, but usually it's gonna set around 0.5 or 0.7. You don't know about that, or sometimes some model is gonna set to 0. It means it's always general. But if you know about that, you're gonna set it, for example, 0.7 or 1. It's gonna reduce a lot of hallucination. It's gonna follow your instruction. That is some kind of technique. But for me, the most important one and the best one for me, that's just like start thinking with your business mindset. That is best practice and apply every day. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hope this can answer your question.
It's really insightful. Wow, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
You talked about the temperature, but like I'm not very fluent in that. I thought it was like how creative can the AI get?
It's something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But for more factual content or output, would you want to set the temperature high or low?
Yeah, it depends. I can say that it depends. That's the reason why I'm mentioning you have to test it out. You're gonna make sure what is the value you're gonna use. And it also depends on the model as well. And if you are working with the AI model more, you can use some kind of fine-tuning model. And today I already discussed with the Google expert, and he also mentioning that if you want to improve your model, you can create some fine-tuning model, and you're gonna deliver it in the Google like infrastructure, and they're gonna store it in your storage, in the Google storage, and then you're gonna have some endpoint, and you're gonna use that one. It's your own fine-tuning model. Yeah, you can use that. But when I asked them about some kind of cost, and they just mentioned that okay, it's just based on the token, but I don't believe that because it's gonna cost more. There are some hidden cost there. For example, the storage one. Why I'm asking that? Because of when you are using some kind of fine-tune model, you're gonna deliver that model to your customer. For example, your client can use the fine-tune model, and you have 1,000 clients, for example. It's gonna different, and maybe we have test this out as well. Yeah, everything with AI we have to test it. There is no trust on that one, and maybe the first rule you don't trust in the AI. Yeah, I think so.
So you mentioned that Google is have kind of service that allow the user to automatically fine-tune the
Yeah, right. It's already available. You can search the Zen AI or you can search the Vertex AI. It's gonna available, and it's quite cheap at this moment. And there is one more thing. If you're working with some kind of different AI model, it's not good at all. For example, sometimes Gemini Plus is really good, but sometimes it's not good at it as well. And sometimes you have to switch. And that's also the reason why we discuss a lot about how to dynamic switching the model. And you also need to research about that when working with AI as well.
Do you mean like switching, like in terms of when you're using cursor, you switch the model that you're using?
Yeah, that is manual switching.
Yeah, for example, you switch from the cloud Sonnet 3.5 to 4, or for example, you switch to the Opus model if you're using cloud code as well. But in terms of production, you're not able to switch in like an ID. You're gonna switch in the model, for example, some questions from the user. You just need a very tiny model because it can save your money. But if you always using best model, it's not good because you have to pay more, and that's why if you can know, you can identify how you switch the model and switch it dynamically, and you can save a lot of money. That reason why we are trying to use like the light model first, and now we are trying to test some kind of GPT OSS 120, and sometimes we're gonna test it with a 20B. That is for selection the MCP tool, for example. If you are selecting one MCP client, MCP server, you don't need to use the Cloud Sonnet 4. That's an example. But if you are fixing that model, it's very difficult for you. If you can able to switch the model dynamically, you can save a lot of money. You save money, it means your client save the money. And if your client save money, you become successful.
One thing my friend suggested, or he does a lot of times, is you suggested like making documentations for the whole floor plan of your architecture and what frameworks you're going to use. What my friend does is every single step of the prompting, whenever the AI makes changes, he makes like an MD documentation of like the changes are made. So when he switches the models, like he has the models know exactly like what has been changed before.
Yeah. That's the reason why I'm telling you that you have to document everything with a markup file, because when you are switching the model, they gonna lose the context.
Yeah.
If you are making some kind of document, some kind of task, some kind of plan, and you're gonna mark it down when you already finished the task, and this will help you to switch the model as well. This also really helpful in the production. It's the same techniques, but instead of storing in the files, you can store it in a vector database or some kind of other normal relational database as well.
Yeah, that's called memory bank.
Yeah, that's correct. Or you can able to call that is context. Yeah.
Yeah.